Hello, welcome to this video which will introduce the basics of how to use ESRI's excellent story mapping tool. I'm assuming you've created an ArcGIS online account and navigated to the My Content page, which if you're just starting will be blank. And the first thing you do is create a map. So we click on that button. Mine's already zoomed in the United Kingdom. You may have to zoom into the area you're interested in. You can change the base map if you want. There's a number of different options there. But assuming we're interested in that, what we're going to do now is save it. So we're going to save this as test. Oops, type in another thing. We'll call this test. You're probably going to want to add more detailed tags than I am, and also a more detailed summary. Oops, here while you're there. Test map. Okay, so save map. Right, so it's now been saved into My Content. Right, so we go back to the My Content page. And there's the test map there. Right, so we don't need to use that to create a story map. So just click on it. And it will take you to a page with a summary of information about it. One thing we probably want to do here before we go any further is click on the share. Share with everyone public is set to. So if you don't have that set, people need to actually get an online account to see your maps. So we'll just check that's okay. Right, we click on the map. It appears as it was, and again we go to share, and we'll notice everyone public is set, and then we click on make a web application. Right, this opens up the list of possible maps that are available, and there's quite a few. If you read the information on story maps, you'll discover that some of them need a web server to work, so we're just going to concentrate on one that doesn't, one that is just basically cloud-based, which is the story map journal, which is that one there. So we click on the publish drop-down menu, and click on publish. Okay, there's the information we created earlier on, so we just click on save and publish, and then we're given this option next. We're going to stick the side panel now rather than a floating panel. So click on start, and then what do we want to call our map journal? Keeping up the tradition, we're going to call it test. Little binoculars here just give you the information and help option. You should have a look. Or help options, you should have a look at them yourself. Right, we briefly saw there main stage and side panel. The main stage is where the map is. So that's the first thing we're going to want to pick. So we go to select the web map. You can browse for maps in ArcGIS online, or we'll just pick the one we prepared earlier. Right, something important to do here is click on that one. What this will allow us to do is create the zoom level every time we come back to this map. So I'm going to zoom right in the middle spot, okay, and click on save map location. Right, there's other information here which you can read up in the various help buttons to see what it does, but for now we're just concentrating on producing the basic map. Now we click on next, and this is going to be the information we put in the side panel. So we're going to call this side 1. Put a little bit of space. You can do things like change the size, so we'll make that 20 point. Now in the rest of here you can add text, you can add images, you can add links to videos and various other things. But for now what I'm just going to do is create a couple of these side panel segments and talk about how to navigate through them. So we click on add. Right, okay. The next thing we want to do is add a new one. So we click on add section. Right, so we're going to call this test 2, and we want to change the map location to somewhere different, so we click on custom configuration again. Up here we'll see locate an address or place, so I'm going to type in Wuhan in Hubei, China, and click on that. It'll zoom into Wuhan. Right, okay, so we save map location, and then click on next again. And this is text 2, so we're going to call this one, we call the first one side 1, so we'll call this side 2. Make it a little bit bigger again, and click on add. Right, the next thing we're probably going to want to do, of course, is save the map. Right, now the point about that is, it looks a bit basic at the moment. When we click on this, we'll notice we zoom back to Middlesbrough. If we zoom right out, we can do that. Go back to this one, we can zoom into Wuhan. And we can zoom out and in again, but when we go back to the first one again, we'll see it's set to the original zoom, and the second one is set to the original zoom as well. Okay, right, so the next thing we're going to do is add some content, which we do using a little pencil icon there. I'm going to add some images. So I've already searched in Google Images for photographs of the university. Now, something you need to bear in mind, especially when you are using images in the public sense, is it needs to be set to be images which are freely available, Creative Commons images. Now, to do this, okay, I'll turn that off again. When you start Google Images, it looks like that. If you click on Search Tools, another option appears. In this case, I've chosen images that are labelled for reuse. Okay, so we'll pick a, well, it's not the university, we'll pick a, we'll pick that nice image of Tenemos. I'm just going to right click the copy, copy image, then go back to test. Now I've got it copied on the clipboard now, so we click on the edit button, and down here, let's do Control V to paste it in. Okay, so we've got a slightly distorted image of Tenemos there, but don't really matter that much. So we've got to test 2, and again click on the edit icon. I didn't want to do that first, I want to find an image first. So again, I've got some images selected of Wuhan, including the 2-kilometre high skyscraper we're all looking forward to seeing. I'm going to copy that again, go back to test, go into here, it's already set to edit, so I click in there, and insert the picture of the skyscrapers, click on save, and now we've got a situation where we can go from the picture of Tenemos in Middlesbrough to another image, a picture of the future skyscrapers in Wuhan, and as we move through the map changes. So there we are, that's the basis of how to create a story map. Probably come back a bit later on to do more advanced stuff, but that's just the basics for now. So thanks for listening.